Hello, everyone. My name is Tammy, and today we're going to be venturing into the world of NCLEX experience. And today's videos is going to be like a little bit of a story time. I'm just going to tell you guys like how my day was like when I went to sit my NCLEX. There's been like some interest in like how it was. So let's just go over the story time. So my NCLEX was July 31st, 2021. I flew in from the Nassau, Bahamas to Orlando on the 30th of July. Went to my hotel, checked in, set my alarm. I did like some studying that night, but like barely any. Like when I say some, I might as well don't even say some because I honestly studied probably like less than 2 minutes. And I just like I had like this anxiety and I was like, I was like, if you don't study, I said, what you don't know in 2 months, you ain't never gonna know. So I mean obviously 1 or 2 months. But I was like, what I don't know in 2 months, I'm never gonna know. Let's just stop. So I stopped and I just gone to sleep. So I woke up early. I might as well have gone to the 8 o'clock exam, honestly, because like I think we get up like 7 o'clock or before 7, maybe even 6, because I just was just so anxious. Like I just was so anxious. I was like, you know what? Let me just start getting ready. So like I did like that slow get ready. You know, like when you could get ready in 30 minutes, but it take you an hour and a half. That was me. So I got ready, called my Uber. I reached the testing center by like 11. On the way to the Uber, I started like I just sat in the Uber like, and the guy's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine." And he was like, "You want some Starbucks? You want some tea?" So I got on the note. He's like, "You want some Starbucks? You want some Starbucks to like calm you down? You need some coffee?" I was like, "No, I don't drink coffee." So he ended up taking me to Starbucks so he could get me a tea. So I got the tea. When I was going up the stairs, a girl was like coming down the stairs, and like I don't know this girl from the can of paint, but I was like, "How was it?" I was like, "Did you know?" I was like, "Did you come to say again?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How was it?" And she was like, and I just like, that's not good. So she called Hope, and I just got upstairs. I went into the bathroom. I see take like 2 sips of my tea, pour it down the sink, throw the cup in the garbage. I was like, I didn't even need this. I gone in. The lady like was really nice, and I like my first thing like what cost me to even like freak out even more. They couldn't find anyone to paper, and I was like, "What you mean you can't find anyone to paper?" I know there's a testing site, and she's like, "Don't worry, it's another testing site down the road. Maybe you just came to the wrong one." I was like, "I didn't come to the wrong one. This was in my email. Why am I even on the paper?" So they spent a couple minutes like looking for my name, trying to figure out like what was happening, and I just was like, I can't believe out of all the times, this the one time my name won't be on the paper. So this guy had to come like from the back, the security guy, not even security, the second stage of like entering exam guy. And he was like, "What time you for?" And like they figured out some way, somehow I was on like my appropriate paper. She was looking at the wrong paper. So got in, she's like, "Okay," and then they like take your phone from you. So like you could have your phone, but they're gonna take it from you, put it in like this. I don't know if y'all know like the bank bag with like silver, where if like you pull it, they can see you pull it. So like you can't even touch it after it's sealed. And then they put it in a locker. They take everything else from you, and then they let you go through security, which is where the guy was. So like I had to empty all my pockets. I had on leggings, so that wasn't appropriate for me. I had to like lift my hair up. They took off my glasses, put it like on the spinning wheel thing. It was doing the most. And then you go in to sit the exam. So gone in. He gave me my little, it's like this, like, they call it a whiteboard. It's not a whiteboard. It's like this laminated piece of paper with a marker. And then he set up your computer so you go sit the exam. So I started my exam. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know how the NCLEX setup. Like, the NCLEX is like, the way I was graded, it's like 0, +1, +2. Then it's that 0 line again. -1, -2. So they start you off at 0, and then if you get a question right, you go +1. You get a question wrong, you get +2. The goal is to like evaluate. So it's always going to try to bring you at least back to baseline. So if you get a question right, you go to +1, and then you get a harder question to see if you get to +2, or if you could just go back to baseline with +1. And then so on, like with the negative. You get a question wrong, they give you an easier question, at least get you back to baseline. And if you get that question wrong, then you go to -2, and then it's harder for you to get to baseline. So why I thought I was failing. So I started the exam, gone through, and I started to get like easy topics but hard questions. I don't know if that makes sense. So like my question would be what I view as like my question topic would be like a fundamental topic in my mind, and then like the way how they word the question would just be like, what the frig is this? What the frig is this? So yeah. So they started like wording the questions funny, and I just was like, this ain't me. I started freaking on the exam. I like had the whiteboard. I didn't write on the whiteboard. I started telling myself, I was like, why you won't write on the whiteboard? Why you won't write on the whiteboard? Yeah, why would you know why? They give you the whiteboard for a reason. Why would you know write on the whiteboard? So I take the whiteboard and started just writing stuff on it. Nothing pertaining to my question. I just was writing stuff. What? I don't know. I legit wrote organs on my paper. I was like, brain, lungs, heart, like must be the order of priority to log organs. I don't know. And I just felt more comfortable once I had something on the blackboard on the whiteboard. So I put that on the whiteboard, turn around, start answering the questions again, and look at the whiteboard again. Start answering questions again. Um and then like I got the question 60 and I was like, B, either doing really good or I doing really friggin' bad. Like I was like, either doing good or I doing horrible. Cause I don't know at this point. Like it was like I don't friggin' know. Like I don't know what the hell happening. And then I got a question number 60 and I was like, babe, I feel like I'm doing bad. I feel like I should just type the rest of these questions so the computer can shut off for 75 and then let's just do it again. And I was like, oh, you wanna do it again? You wanna spend all the money again? Hotel, Uber, food, plane ticket. You got that kind of money? You don't got that kind of money. You need to try figure it out. So I start, send up one prayer. I was like, Lord, please help me. And I started like doing this in front of the computer. And you know, there's people watching with the security cameras. I say, Lord, these people probably think, these people probably think I'm like a meltdown if I this exam, which I am. So, so I started doing this, and I was like, you know what? Let's just answer the questions. So how I was answering my questions was I second guessed myself a lot. So like I'd read the question, go through the answers, select an answer, press next. I was like spending less than a minute on a question. I was like, da 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 da, that's the answer next. Da 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 da, that's the answer next. And that was just me. I just was going through. So I was like, you know what? We're on question number 60. Let's just get to 75. If the computer shut off at 75, we fail. That's it. So I get to 75. What does the computer do? You guessed it. Got off at 75. So I was like, we failed. So I just raised my hand. The guy come to get me. My hand like this, mind you, like my hand is in the air, like this. He comes to get me. And then before that, the computer was like, do you want to take the second gen test questions? For those who don't know, NCLEX is changing next year. So NCLEX is changing from all multiple choice to like a different format. And like at the end of your NCLEX exam now, they'll ask you if you want to help them by like not changing up, by like taking the test questions for the next NCLEX exam. I was like, no, you already failed me for this NCLEX exam. You want me to help y'all after y'all just fail me? No. So I didn't do it because you don't have to. It's optional. So I come out, got my phone, got everything, gone downstairs. And then when you go down, like when you walk in, it's like this walk of like death because like people who waiting, especially like it was how it was COVID. You couldn't like all the computers, like it was like space computer. So like everybody couldn't sit the exam at the same time. So the people who was waiting on you to finish would just be outside. And you walk in on the exam and they just staring at you because they anxious like you. So I'm just like, and the lady talking to me, was he telling me information? I don't know what she was saying because I just was nodding. She's like, and I just like, it's like, why would y'all do this? Y'all need to send us an email. So I left the exam, called my Uber. My people must he was waiting on me for my online status to switch on WhatsApp from last seen at to whatever. Because I was ordered the exam by like 110. It took me like an hour to do 75 questions. I was ordered the exam by like 110. And by the time I came online, my sister called me. And I just was like, she was like, how you think you did? And I just was like, well, I failed. Cue tears. I started crying. I just was like, yeah, I failed. It's okay. It's okay. Da-da-da-da. Like, I was in the Uber. I kid you not. I was crying. Like, no exaggeration. I had tears coming on my face. Ugly cry, snotty cry. Like, it's okay. I failed. It's all right. Like, can't even understand what I saying. I just was going off. The Uber driver turned around, like, and he turned back forward, like, because I could have seen him in the damn rearview mirror. And like he just pretended like I wasn't crying. And this was like a 30-minute ride. Or like a little less than 30 minutes. And he just, and I was in the back like, and my sister just was like, you need to do something, you need to do something, you need to go out. So for those who don't know, the name of my channel is Shape Out Adventures because I like to go and adventure and explore. I wasn't exploring that day. I was like, no, I just could go in the hotel and I just could cry. It's fine. She's like, no, you gotta get out, you gotta get out, you gotta get out. So I go on. My hotel had like a movie theater in the back. I went there. I did the Paris review trick. The Paris review trick said that I passed, but I wasn't too sure about all of that. That still just had me like thinking I didn't find out I passed until like 2 days later, like that 49 hours when you could pay for quick results because mine didn't come up on my nurses. So yeah, I found out I passed in the airport on the way back home. And I was trying to call everybody. I was like, yo, you know, you stop thinking, I was like, yeah, I thought I did, but I did, I passed. But I promise y'all, that's how exams be. That's when people will be like, how you thought you did? I am not exaggerating. I'm not that person like, oh, I will tell you if I thought I did good on a test. I thought I failed. Like, I thought I failed. That's just how it was. Like, you just don't know. Like, when NCLEX, I feel like you honestly just don't know. You don't know if you pass, you don't know if you fail. Thank God I passed. Because my test and anxiety is on 100 sometimes. And I just can't control when it could be from versus when it could be. Anyway, once again for tuning. Thank you. Once again for tuning into Shea Butter Ventures. My name is Tammy, and you can follow me on Instagram at Shea Butter Ventures, or you can follow me on TikTok at Shea Butter Ventures 25, or you can do both and follow me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Would that not be amazing? Anyways, like this video, subscribe, share with a friend, help me grow my channel. I've been doing this like 2 months now and I feel like it's going good. I like talking to you guys on Instagram and stuff. That's another thing. If you have a question, just ask me. And it honestly ain't that serious. I'm not one who is gonna forget what happened. We all know that one. And happy venturing.